Hi everyone, Kelly here with the Siren and the Pirate handmade jewelry, and I've decided to make this video first of all to say thank you. Thank you so much because I've had a lot of new subscribers to my YouTube channel in the past few months. I'm over 100 now, which I guess some people wouldn't think that's very much, but some people will think it's a lot, and I'm just happy to have all of those people following me and watching my jewelry tutorials, which thank you so much. I've been getting really great feedback from you all on, and I will be making and posting more in the future. But today this video is things have been really busy and hectic, and I'm getting ready for a big transition here, so I haven't been able to make another tutorial, but doesn't mean that I've forgotten about it, and I do just want to express my gratitude to everyone and say thank you so much for subscribing, and there will be more to come, and a lot of exciting things are coming up. So this video is just to maybe introduce myself a little bit more and give you guys an idea of I'm going to give you a tour, I think, of the resort that I've been working at for the last 4 years down here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. And then I'm going to give you a little tour of the boutique that my husband and I work at and opened up a few years ago, and maybe where I make all my pretty things. All my jewelry is in the studio in the boutique. So just to give you a little background about myself, about 4 years ago, or back in 2015, I'm from the Midwest of the US and had been working for many years. I was a ballroom dance teacher, which I loved. I loved my job, and I was also a personal trainer, so I had a big background in health and fitness and teaching. And then I decided at some point that, I don't know, something was calling me to travel, to go somewhere else. It's not because I was unhappy with my life, but I just felt that calling to go out, to be more adventurous, to explore more and see what the world had to offer. I've always been the type that's been very practical and worked even in college when everyone else was off on spring break or Christmas vacation. I was in the college town working the whole break, and I felt like I wanted to go out and see more. So it was a big kind of transition, kind of almost a spiritual thing that I did. Back in 2015, I quit my job. I sold almost everything that I owned, and I moved. And I made a decision to come and work for a company called Club Med, which is, they were kind of the pioneers in the all-inclusive resorts. And I got a job down in Turks and Caicos at Club Med, and I came here as the fitness geo. So that was just a whole thing. Like, all of a sudden I have to sell everything. I have to get rid of all my bills. I have to leave my job. I have to leave my family and friends and everything I've known, and kind of pack up, put everything I need in a suitcase, and come down here to work and see where life took me. So that was a big journey for me. And if you're into reading blogs, I do have a blog where I share this journey and all the things that I kind of went through, and I'm currently still in the process of writing it. But if you go to my website, thesirenandthepirate.com, you can go to my blog and go to my story section, and I kind of start from the beginning, how I managed to get the courage and bravery to do something and choose to live life more fully. And so I'm currently still writing that. Even 4 years later, I decided to kind of go back and reevaluate what I went through, and it's been great. It's been very therapeutic to help me remember how strong I am, and those lessons that are learned, because I'm coming up on another big transition. Actually, I'll be moving from here and back to the States next month. And that's going to be a whole thing. I'll talk to you more about that, I guess, later for another time. But so in a nutshell story, I came down to the Turks and Caicos and had an amazing experience. Being a GO is what they call the worker, the people that work for Club Med. Did a lot of fitness, met a lot of people. The work is absolutely exhausting. You're running around all day, but it was great. It was a great experience. And I ended up meeting the love of my life. I ended up meeting my husband down here. And in 2017, we got married, and I'm no longer a GO with Club Med, but we both work still in the resort. We're considered outsourced employees, and we manage 2 boutiques down here. So this is quite a long story, and this is the first time me just talking to the camera and telling this. So I'm well aware how much I'm rambling, and I don't want to make this too lengthy of a video. So I'll cut the story to the point. But basically, when we opened up this boutique, this is not really my line of work. I'm from health and fitness background, but I've always been artsy and creative. So I started making jewelry while I was sitting and working at the boutique, and it grew and grew. And then back in 2017, so it was like right after the wedding, we were back in Cancun, and I took a tutorial on wire weaving, and I fell in love with it. I'm like, this is my thing. And ever since then, it's grown, and I've really kind of found my niche. I think it's niche. So I've always been grateful for that free YouTube tutorial that I took to get me inspired to do this. And that's kind of my inspiration for making these tutorials. I do love to teach. I think it's great to be able to pass on your knowledge and enhance someone's life and bring out their creativity, inspire them to put more art and more beautiful things out into this world. So that's my inspiration for making these tutorials. Thank you again so much for subscribing, and I'll be putting some more out. So I think what we'll do is, I've got to be going to work. I'm working the afternoon shift today. So I'm gonna walk along and give you a little tour of the beautiful scenery here on the way to work. I've got to stop in the restaurant and grab some lunch, and then maybe I'll set the camera up in the boutique and just kind of let you see what my day's like. Anyways, let's go. Oh, and also, just so you're aware, we do live in a hotel room. So this has been our life for the last 4 years. And I'm not going to give you, oh gosh, it's so messy, sorry. Okay, well, just to show you, this is actually where I work when I come back from the studio. So I have my little carrying case. It's just a makeup carrying kit, but it works great for hauling my supplies and wire and tools back and forth to the room, because when I'm off, I still like to be here creating. So we're gonna get our stuff and we're gonna head out.
Everything that we want, but if we take a moment to get
Okay, so it's a little crazy in here, but yeah, basically every day we have an all-inclusive buffet to eat from all of our meals, but it also means you're eating with a lot of other people all the time. Anyways, I'm not gonna video too much anymore because it's weird, so I'm gonna have a bite to eat and then we'll go to work. Oh, look at my hubby. Hey, Mal.
Hola, Pinkies.
I'm vlogging.
I gotta call my sister. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
For what?
Just for the YouTube. So, this is one of our boutiques. Pretty things. Going to work. See you later. Hey, man.
Is I. Hello, welcome
Hello.
everybody. This is our elegant style
Thank
bar
you.
that we have here. And you can come see me if you like to.
Oh, this is definitely being edited out. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Love you. I'm making a vlog.
Hi, I'm feeling way better today.
Okay, that's good. You look good.
Thank you. See you later.
See you. Okay, so we're in the boutique, and I just barely made it because my camera or my phone is on 1% battery, so I'm gonna plug it in for a little bit, let it charge up, get settled in here, and then I'll give you another little tour.
Kitty cats like to come and visit us because we have treats, frisky treats. Yum, yum, yum. You want some more friskies? I have some more treats for you. Do you?
Yeah, she's like, just give me the food.
Baby, there's no more food. I'm so sorry. Closed for business.
All right, so welcome to our boutique. I'll flip the camera around in a minute and give you a better view, but basically when we started this, we wanted to showcase a lot of the other locals and local artists and local products of the Turks and Caicos. So that's what we started with, and it grew from there, and now I think we're up to like 30 some, maybe different local artists or products that are made and supplied from the islands. So here it is. Let me flip it around. I won't do like a whole tour of every single artist in here, but if you would like to see a video on that, just let me know, because I will make one and I'll go through all of our artists here. But just to give you an overview, when we started, we were in a much smaller space, and last year in December we moved into this larger space and we expanded a little bit and started carrying some nice swimwear brands, and we're able to expand our local artists too. So here we go. So we have other jewelry makers, we have photographers, more jewelry, lots and lots of jewelry in here. We have Wellington here, some Banana Moon items, some handmade TCI dolls and pot cake puppies. Because we are in Club Med, we have a lot of Trident jewelry. That's a big symbol and for Club Med. Of course, more swimwear. More jewelry, soaps, salt, bath stuff, mixed media, painter, artist. Hello. We have another jewelry designer, local coffees area, and my studio, which I'll give you a little tour in a minute, but basically that's where I work. All my supplies and stuff are right in there. It needs a little cleaning, evidently. And of course, we're a gift shop, so we've just got lots of souvenir things. Rum and rum cake and the hot sauce from the island. Sunglasses. We also carry Vilbriken, which is another nice swimwear brand. More local artists here with Edith and her ornaments. Got Melissa Wilcox with her paintings and jewelry. She's got a business in town. Nikki's trinkets. Beatrix, our photographer. So we've got a nice little shop here. And then in the center, this is actually my line of jewelry. So my wire weaving, again, I work mainly with copper, so I've got my stuff out front here. Playing around, I've got some new displays. And this is my new collection called the Renegade Collection, which I finally have out, but I like to do a lot of the Viking knits. I've got a ring and a pendant to complete the men's collection. Some stingray barb pendants and earrings, which are my kind of new thing. I love them. I'm wearing mine today. And my women's line, which I'm still designing the pendant for. So that's coming soon. And on the other side, this is my adventurer collection. So when I started the Siren and the Pirate jewelry line, it had to do with my journey kind of down here in a life inspired by adventure and exploration and inner exploration. So all of my pieces represent that. I have travel rings that like the Globetrotter, A Journey Together, The Wave, and my new pendant called the Wanderer's Compass. And each week I also give jewelry classes on how to make these wire woven pendants, which that class has been a really big hit and everyone's enjoyed it. We had a good class yesterday. So basically while I'm here, I'll take care of customers and I'll be getting to work today on some jewelry. We are getting ready to put our jewelry line into another boutique that is hopefully opening at the end of this month. So I've been crazy busy making an entire, hundreds of pieces of jewelry to be able to stock into this new boutique. So very exciting, keeps me busy, and I've got some custom orders to do today. Just to give you a little idea, this is basically my studio, and I might do a whole tour of this because I know it's always kind of interesting. I know I watch YouTube videos on other artists' studio space. It's always cool to see what people are working with because you don't always have an ideal space or studio, but you can make pretty much anything work as long as you say, like, I'm talking quieter because I get nervous when people come in. But you can make your own studio space. You just have to set an intention on the space, and my intention for this has been my studio space, but it's also a little shared, cleaning supplies and stuff. But I think if I go through all this, I talked a lot at the beginning of this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short, and I'll do a separate video on my studio. And I'm just gonna get to work today, and thank you so much for coming along with me if you made it this far. And if you'd like to see more around, like it's kind of it's a different life. It really is, but it's been really exciting, and I've learned a lot over the last few years. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming along with me, and again, thank you for all of the subscriptions, and I'll see you next time. Bye.